got a great episode for you motherfuckers out there listening to us.
Yes, exactly.
Nightmare Kristy been on this bitch.
Okay. Do it just like that. Dang, what were we just talking about? We were talking about
we were talking about conventions and stuff.
Yeah. She was telling me that I should like be a vendor for my artwork, right? At a convention. Is that what you're talking about?
Dude, he gets every time we have someone on artwork. Every time.
Yeah, the Killbot's cool.
It is.
Yeah, I have a whole shopping mall like collection, so.
Oh, that's really cool. Like that's one of my favorite 80s style films.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that one. Like it's so like it's not even stupid. It's not even so bad it's good. It's good. Like it's a good film. Like I love that movie so much.
I've watched it a million times. I grew up on it.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
So she was telling me, John, she is from so you were born in Illinois.
Right.
Moved to Texas when you were 12.
Houston, when I was 12, and then I moved to Huntsville, Alabama when I was 17. So that's where I came from, Alabama, to Vegas.
And then she's only been in Vegas for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we started the store in 2017 in Huntsville. So when you were talking about Bible Belt earlier, I knew exactly what you were talking about, which is why we moved the store to Vegas.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit better opportunities at Vegas than the Bible Belt.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, it was like night and day as far as the in-store sales. I had grown the online sale while being there in Huntsville, that it ended up kind of being like the store was kind of like in a way a warehouse for online stuff. And I kind of grew out of that because we had a 2,000 square foot store there in Huntsville. And we just grew out of it, and it just kind of became a point to where we were like, look, we've got to start doing some sales like in the store too. Because I mean, I wasn't really doing much at all except for like at Halloween or at Christmas time, you know, and that would be it. And even then, what we were doing then doesn't compare to what we're doing now, in Vegas. So.
Right, because you have like the cafe and stuff now, correct?
Yeah, now we have, so, it's a restaurant bar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. We just had our last guest last night, and I said I'd mention it because he was like, he was in Vegas. We're like, did you go to Nightmare Toys? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I went to the cafe, and he's like, I've never had better French fries. He's like, they're the best. 100% the best French fries. He said that, and the chicken fingers, I think he said too, were really, really good.
Yeah, voodoo chicken.
Man, voodoo chicken. I like that.
Voodoo chicken. Oh, I'm so happy about the French fries because we say that all the time. We even say that to ourselves, like, damn, our French fries are good. Because we make our fries nice and crispy, and they're not like little tiny little McDonald's fries either. You know what I'm saying? They're like the steak fries, not crinkle fries, but steak fries, big fries, and we make them crunchy and not crunchy as to where they're burnt, but crunchy. And then we have like a garlic parmesan that goes on top.
Oh, man,
do you have a cook who come up with this recipe?
Yeah. So we had his name was Corey. He is not with us anymore. His family had some family issues, and they also own a restaurant in, I think it was, I don't know, in another state. So he ended up having to move back there to go be with his family to deal with that. But his name is Corey. He is the one that actually came up with the menu to begin with, drinks and food. Nice. And named everything, and then so now we've just kind of we've had some other cooks now, and we just kind of keep going with that.
So you have like cool names for everything.
Yeah, everything is Southern food and bar food, obviously. So like I said, like the chicken fingers, voodoo chicken, we call it, and it's big chicken fingers, it's not little small ones.
Are they real crispy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
sounds
like,
delicious.
I
That
mean,
does
it's
sound
like
delicious.
really seasoned really good too. And then let's see, we have our chicken and waffles, which is very popular, which is called
Oh,
the
that is.
Blair Waffle Project.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
And you get like a red sauce,
Yeah,
the
that's a good
waffles are
idea.
black,
That's
so it's
great.
fun like that. And you can request the waffles to not be black too if you just didn't want that. But there's that. The burgers, the chicken salad sandwich is my favorite, which is called the chicken in the woods instead of the cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's very good. It has a little kick to it too, the chicken salad. We're all about our chicken salad in Alabama. So we wanted to bring that, and it has a little kick to it too. So
Hell
I
yeah.
love our chicken salad. Like sometimes I just like to eat a bowl of our chicken salad and not even put it on a bun or anything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what I do. I do that as well. I do like sometimes I do it on a bed of lettuce and then I add hot sauce and stuff to it. So the kick sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, it does.
you wouldn't need to add hot sauce to ours.
Nice, nice.
So is it pretty spicy though? Like,
Yeah, I think so. For me, it is. For me, it is, and I like that little kick though. It's not
Right.
like real strong, but you can taste it.
That's awesome.
okay,
It's
okay.
good.
Well, I didn't even know. I had no idea that there was a Nightmare Cafe. So is it called Nightmare Cafe?
Yes. We are now having to put Nightmare Cafe Bar and Grill at the end of it because a lot of people do think it's a coffee shop.
Okay.
Um, and after I named it that, and then we got the LLC, I was like, you know what? I bet people are gonna think this is a coffee shop because there's a lot of coffee shops around, but there's breweries and coffee shops around where we're at. We're in the Arts District. So there's both around there. And I named it Nightmare. Do you know why I named it Nightmare Cafe? Quiz.
No.
I don't.
Does it ring a bell? Nightmare Cafe was a 1992 series that lasted for 6 episodes with Robert England.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Right around a little bit after the Freddy's Nightmares, but it didn't go as well as Freddy Nightmares because, of course, Freddy Nightmares had Freddy in it, and that's what
Yeah.
everybody wanted was Freddy.
Right.
Nightmare Cafe, it was just Robert England himself, and he played Blackie. He was part of this diner. So it was a diner that told different stories,
Oh, nice.
stories, kind of like a Twilight Zone, but
Okay.
it didn't last very long. So since it went with Nightmare Toys, I named it Nightmare Cafe. But we are going to add on the bar and grill with that because that's what it really is a bar and grill.
That's cool
Well, that's
though.
cool. What's like your hours? You open pretty early or late?
Um, on the weekends we were doing brunch. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep that up or not because it seems like everybody just kind of comes in at about 11 anyway, but we were opening at 9 on the weekends for like brunch and breakfast. So we did have like the Alabama Massacre, which was our French toast with like a blueberry.
These are cool
Blueberry
names.
They are
compote.
cool names.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey did a great job. Drinks have names too. I have a drink called the Kristy lemon drop because I just do like lemon drops. Normally that's what I drink if I'm drinking.
Uh-huh.
That's just kind of on there and it has pretty little sugar on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's other drinks that have spooky names with it though too. We have
That's
the
cool.
7 deadly sins, so we have 7 drinks that go along with the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, cool.
So whose idea was this to start a cafe?
Okay, so me and my boyfriend Philip Martin, we started Nightmare Toys.
Mm-hmm.
We're the ones who started that, but it kind of started it for me because I'm kind of the horror fan in all this. He's the business person.
Mm-hmm.
So starting Nightmare Toys was kind of something I was trying to get out of an old job, and so it kind of came about as just something to do. So my something to do blew up.
Awesome.
We're now in Vegas and now we have a restaurant. So that my something to do, just because I needed to have an old job, blew up tremendously.
That's the dream,
We had
though. That's
no
the dream.
idea if we were going to get to this point at all when we started. We didn't think that. We just thought we're going to just be a small, cute little shop in Alabama and have a little online store, sell a few toys. And here we are.
Yeah.
So when we moved to Vegas, his brother, he owns other businesses with his brother and his brother's wife, in Alabama. So we still do have another type of business there in Huntsville, or they do. I do not own that one. So we all moved here and we brought them in on it. So now it's the four of us that own it all. And then his brother kind of always wanted a restaurant. And we kind of just felt like it needed, like, Vegas needed a spooky restaurant. There wasn't really one at all.
That's interesting. Wow. I'm
I know,
surprised.
right?
Huh.
I saw Escape Room. Now they have made a little pizza place. It's just pizza, and they have like a black pizza is like their specialty, to where we have black waffles. But so they do have that now. So his brother kind of always wanted like a little bar restaurant. So just because we were doing the Nightmare Toys thing, we just, combined that. And we wanted to expand the store part anyway. So we are now, with the restaurant and the store, we are now grown to 8,000 square feet. And we started with 2 in Huntsville. So.
Now, did you own that space before, or did you have to purchase that next to the shop in order to expand, or did you already own the whole thing?
No, we had only owned half of it for the store for Nightmare Toys, and then when we decided we wanted to do the restaurant bar, then we bought the space next to us as well. Well, we lease,
Yeah,
right.
Space out. But yeah, and which was great because that space is what we actually wanted first for the store. But there was like another bid with some other people on it or something. Something was going on with it to where we couldn't get it. So we got what we had gotten, but now we have it. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask that if the cafe was something that you always wanted to do, or was it, and you had to wait for that space to open up, or was that space always open and then you decided to do it? Like, how did that come about? Was there another business there first and then you were like, oh, we can't, or did it come like later?
It came later because it was still open. Like I said, that's what we wanted for the store, but we thought something else was going to go there. We thought somebody else had gotten that space, and then it never happened. I can't remember what it was supposed to have been, but it never happened. So it stayed open. And like I said, we decided, hey, let's do a restaurant bar. So, we just got that space next to us. And
did that feel like a big risk?
A little bit, yeah.
I feel
because
like
we did all this in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
Yes. We opened the store June 1st, which that went really well. And then it was later on that year when we decided to do a restaurant too. So we wanted to open the restaurant October of 2021. That's when it was supposed to open. That was our thought process.
Right.
COVID, can I cuss?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. COVID fucked things up for shipping.
Yeah.
We literally were waiting a year for our glass garage doors.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
And we couldn't do anything with those because that's like,
right.
it's like our wall. That's like,
Yeah.
We had to have those.
Yeah.
It was that, and then it ended up being a fryer. To not get a fryer. It was so crazy.
Damn.
So that took a year. And then we finally got it. And then once we got those things, we could finally move on. And we finally got opened of October of last year.
So I kind of heard you guys talking, excuse me, Taylor, but
You're good.
Something about COVID. You guys did all right during COVID though, as far as the merch store goes. Like you guys
we did.
fine.
Yeah, that actually ended up going very well. I mean, like I was telling him before you came in, the few months I had to do all my shipping in my kitchen before we did open the store in June, because we moved here in February. And I think just everybody being at home just got everybody kind of like, I'm gonna just want to go order crazy.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it got crazy. I mean, it was good, which is great. I'm thankful for that. And then by the time we did open in June, I think at that moment in time, people were just wanting to get the heck out of the house for a minute.
Yeah.
was already kind of excited for the store and already pumped. A lot of people from California were like, fuck this, let's get out of here. Let's go here. I got a lot of people from California, and then I did like a big opening. But my opening party wasn't until August, and that was with Kane Hodder and Daniel Harris, Drew Martin.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Drew.
Yeah, I know. I love Drew. Great.
Yeah, we just had him on a few episodes ago. He was awesome. He was so fun to talk to. Plus, Pool Party Massacre fucking rules.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna be a part 2. I can't wait.
Yes, there is. Yeah, we talked to him about it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's cool. He's fun. I love Drew. He's a good friend of us.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, I didn't know this. This is good knowledge. I enjoy learning things like this. You got to Vegas. Part one of my question is like, from going from Alabama to there, like, I would have been a nervous wreck. That's a big move.
Oh, I was a nervous wreck. Yeah, that is a big move. Yeah, it's a big move in all aspects of personal life and business life, because it's like 2 totally different atmospheres, 2 totally different types of people. And I moved away from my daughter, so that's all that in the personal aspect and the business aspect. Yeah, we just packed up a store and just moved.
Now, was the move specifically for business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was specifically to move Nightmare Toys. We had already been going to Vegas for the other business that him and his brother own still in Alabama. We'd already been going to Vegas for conventions for that business, so we already loved Vegas already anyway, and had already kind of talked about wanting to move there one day. So then just Nightmare Toys just kind of growing out of Alabama, that just gave us the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
I think we talked here. Yeah, that is so weird to me. That surprises me a lot. You'd feel like that in a place like that, there'd be like a lot of competition. You know what I mean? But kind of moved there at the right time, and it's like, hey, business is booming.
It's crazy. There's another little smaller store, Hellbound. That's another little horror store, but they're like a little small, like boutique type store. And I think they do like maybe like trade-ins and stuff. So they have some older stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's us, and that's really it. Now there's other collectible stores,
right?
But they have all kinds of stuff, like everything, and then a little horror, whatever. But and then Halloween Horror Nights is coming here now, so
oh wow,
that's going to be great.
Yeah,
definitely.
So part 2 of my question, like with all this, I mean, this is done really quickly. I didn't realize that from the COVID year to now. Like you guys, you have all kinds of signings now. Like you guys get all these people. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's very, very cool. How is that? Is it hard to get in touch with them? What do you do?
No, we got in touch with a really good agent. His name is Peter. And he's been really good to us. He'll get us pretty much whoever we can. I'll just say whoever we can afford.
Right.
Yeah.
I would love to have, but we can't afford, like Robert England or something. I can't. But Elvira, I have asked about Elvira, but I can't do that. But I've had Tony Todd, I've had Linda Blair, I've had Kate Harris. I'm about to have Alex Vincent, and I'm about to have Brett Wagner, who was Leatherface. I've had Zach Galligan. I mean, I've had all kinds of people, so I'm pretty grateful for who I have had. Roger Jackson.
Hell yeah.
And that was a
awesome.
good turnout, for Ghostface for Scream. So
right.
He's great. He's nice. Him and his wife are excellent. I love them. They're a really sweet couple.
Yeah, it seems like all the actors that are like stuntmen are like always the coolest. I feel like a lot of people you don't see their face a lot, like Kane, and he's in a few things here and there.
Awesome.
But like Kane's great, and like he's
such a dick.
He's a wild one, dude.
But he's fun though.
He's a fun dick.
He can be that way, but it's tolerable though, and he's cool about it, and he's fun.
That's him though. Like anybody who's ever met him, they know that he's just gonna be an ass to him. Like, and he thrives on it. He loves it. He loves being a jerk to people.
Yeah, he's sarcastic. He's all. I haven't met him in like a convention setting, but I met him in Salem, Massachusetts, and he was totally fucking rad, man. He was
cool.
so
awesome.
was so cool. Yeah. He was great.
He's awesome. I love any chance, anything that he's at that I'm around, I'm going just to go have a drink with
Yeah,
him.
he's fun.
Yeah.
He's fun, and Felissa Rose, she's
She's
fun.
a blast.
I love Felissa. I've had her twice in the store. She's fun.
I seen that.
How was Linda?
I was about to. That's what I was going to ask too. Yeah, that's a big
She-
one.
That's a
She's tiny. She's very tiny. I'm small. I'm like 5'2", but she's smaller than me.
wow.
Really?
She's got a mouth on her,
Really?
which is
That's
great
nice.
because I do too. I was like, this is fantastic. Like, F word was coming out a lot. But she was great. She was sweet. Gracious to the fans. A lot of fans came out and brought some really cool stuff for her to sign. This guy brought his whole motorcycle.
Holy shit.
And we all went outside, and this motorcycle, I'm telling you, is so awesome. He's got like different characters painted on it.
Oh
And
wow.
one side is Reagan from The Exorcist, and
Oh,
then
wow.
he went out and signed it. And it's just, I have some pictures of that happening and stuff, and that was really cool. And he's been to a couple of my signings and had some really cool posters and other things signed. And
Shit.
So I listened to your podcast, and so Dylan, right? Am I correct on that? Dylan does podcast.
Yes, Dylan has, yes. He doesn't work for us anymore, but he still does our Mask Monday videos, and he was on our podcast, yes.
Yeah, he missed that one. I heard that whole story about that, and then there's a balloon guy, right, who comes and does balloons or something like that.
Yeah, Jeremy the Balloon Guy is his name.
I don't know who this is. This that intrigued me. I was like,
Wait,
this
does
is
he
cool, 'cause apparently
does he do like horror stuff, or is it just straight up
Oh my
balloons?
God, Jeremy, y'all, this dude, we have him at every kind of event we can have him at. We just had him for our Valentine's Day party at the restaurant, and he did. You can go back and look on the Instagram. You can see the stuff, but his balloons are amazing. He can do anything.
Shit.
I don't
That's
care
what
what
I've
you
heard.
ask him, he can do it. And like if he'll do like a chainsaw, he'll put like a squeaker in it. Or like if he does a pumpkin, he'll put a little light in it.
Wow.
And like he's just amazing. It just, I've had him so many times and I still look at him going, how the fuck do you do that?
So I think on the podcast, you guys were talking. He made a Reagan one, right? Did the head spin?
Yes.
No
Isn't that
way.
insane, dude? Yeah,
have
it's
to
crazy.
see that.
I mean, yes, he can do. I mean,
The hell?
whatever you ask him, he'll do it. And if he says I haven't, if he says he hasn't done that, he'll figure it out. He'll do it.
That's
so
crazy.
crazy.
It's just,
Yeah, I've never seen balloon stuff. Like, is it the long, skinny one? You know, like where they twist them in junk.
yeah, and he's twisting, and he's got, yeah, he has a whole case. He does competitions. Like, this is his career. Like, and he charges, pretty good price for like big balloon displays and things. And he does those things. And he's done one for us for New Year's. He's done one for us for Valentine's. He's just amazing. And he showed me pictures where he's done events where he's made his wife balloon dresses.
Whoa.
Oh wow!
And she's hot as hell in this balloon dress. And I'm
What?
going, I want a balloon dress. What the hell is going on here? And he made one with her, and I've seen like 2 or 3 different ones now. He had one with her in a black balloon dress with these big angel wings, and she can move the wings.
Oh wow! That's an
fucking
art
wild.
right there. That's crazy.
Yes, I'm telling you, this guy is amazing. I love him. I love Jeremy.
Does he have an Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah.
Let's
Balloons
get him
by
on.
Jeremy.
Let's get him
No.
on.
I'm gonna get him
Balloons by
on, yeah,
Jeremy.
but I want to just see his art. What's
Is
his name?
he based in Vegas?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, Balloons by Jeremy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's it called?
Balloons by Jeremy
Balloons.
on Instagram. Yeah,
That's,
check that
Wild.
out.
Check him
straight
out.
straight to the point, right?
Give him a follow on the Check the Candy page, dude.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
Kristy, that'd be pretty cool, man. I know you're into photo shoots and stuff. You should definitely do the balloon dress.
I know. I
That'd be
want to. I
wild.
told him that. He said it took him, like, one of the dresses he did for his wife took him about 3 hours.
Oh my god, this
Not
stuff is
bad.
killer. He's Breaking Bad.
Right? Did you
holy
see
shit.
that? He just won a competition for that. Is that not crazy?
Wow, ET.
how- Like, how do you think of that? And how do you do it? Like I
Yeah.
really don't understand.
Yeah,
Like
that's
thinking of it as one thing and then being like, okay, I got to do this with balloons is a whole different ballgame.
yeah. Like how? Like how do you even
It was
start? You
crazy.
know,
And
that's a different
I
mind right
want to
there.
say he told me he started at the age of 8, I think, maybe 8 or 10, something like that.
Yeah. That's definitely
Wow,
not
that's
something you pick up like
crazy.
it's definitely not something you do for like 2 years and just that nasty
No.
at it.
Oh no. He's like top notch, top
Yeah.
level balloons.
I
It's
wish he had the one of the Reagan one. That's probably a while
Oh,
back
that's
though.
cool.
there's one, it should be on our Instagram.
Okay. I'll get on there and check it out. But no, that's killer, man. This is killer work. That's a good guy to have. That's just fun, you know. It's fun
Yeah,
and
it's
entertaining.
fun. It's
That's
and
so
the
interesting.
adults love it, the kids love it, everybody loves it. Um, and when he does balloons for our events, he charges us, but he's not charging everybody for the balloons. He just has a little tip
Okay.
jar. Give him a few dollars. I mean, come on. I mean, the balloons are like collectibles until they,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, if I got the Reagan one, dude, I'd be like, here's my wallet, bro. Like
That's the thing with those right there. It's
but
kind
he's
of like
done
that would suck.
Chucky. He's done Ghostface. He's
insane.
done chainsaws, knives. He did a lipstick for Amelia Kincaid
Wow.
Wow.
for Night of the Demons.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Great
who
shit.
who all have you had? Because I know you've had quite a few people. Do you have a list of everybody that you've had come in the store and do signings and stuff like that? And does Jeremy the balloon guy come for every one of them?
Yeah, most of the time he has, yes. Man, I wonder if we got him for Alex Vincent. He can do some Chucky balloons.
I got a funny story about Alex Vincent. I had a drink at the bar with him. I had no idea that was him. He's older, and I hadn't seen him since he
Right?
was a kid.
And he's
And
pretty quiet. When I met him, he
he's
was very,
very
very quiet.
quiet.
I met him in Salem again, and then I was walking down the street, and then he was like smoking a cigarette behind a building. And I walked by, I was like, Alex. He's like, he kept his head down. I was like,
Dude,
whoa, man. He was
didn't
super
even-
nice though.
I didn't even
I think I have it
recognize him.
right. Yeah, I got this one right here. That's the
Yes.
one I got. That's the one I got
Yeah.
signed from him. He's awesome, dude.
Are you in Salem?
I'm not. I'm in Maine,
Close.
actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we go to Salem
you,
every year.
You guys should think about moving up to Salem. That like
Well,
branching
that's-
out,
That'd be cool.
Funny you say that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because we have thought about that, actually.
Yeah.
It would be Salem, so it's funny you say that.
They just had
Salem's
who
awesome.
was it that just moved in? Blackcraft Cult, I think, just
think
moved
so.
there, and they just opened
Yeah.
like one of their own only like or very few like actual storefronts,
Yep.
and it's like massive. They got a big witch hanging from the top of it's like an old
Oh,
bank.
cool.
It's like an old bank, and like this huge witch is just fucking hanging from the ceiling, and like it's a fucking beautiful
That's
place.
cool.
And they got some cool shit. I bought my wife some of their stuff when we were down there for Christmas. But yeah,
You
their
guys have
storefront's
no
awesome.
you guys have no limits there, like I'm sure you don't have any limits up in Vegas, but like up there, that's what it's about, like that creepy shit. You can go all out up there. People
Well,
love it.
the amount of revenue you could bring in just in October is fucking wild. I mean, that
We
place
thought
is crazy.
about it, like doing like a little small store, and then it would be kind of like a little like shipping hub in a way, because then our East Coast and some Canada customers would have a little bit cheaper shipping than
Yeah.
if it was coming from Vegas. So that was kind of our thought process behind it too. Maybe, not have as big of a store as we would have here, but a little something. But yeah, Blackcraft Cult, yeah, they put in a store.
Yeah.
We carry Blackcraft Cult. And we're about to carry it again. What they did, like in the past, like, I don't know, 8-10 months, they haven't done wholesale. They cut out
Really?
the wholesale for a long while.
Hmm.
And then they opened the store here in Salem, and now they're back doing wholesale again.
Okay.
Yeah, they a lot of people they're very popular.
Yeah.
Especially
Them-
up here now, they're starting to get big on the East Coast. But that would be a great idea, Kristy, to open in, even a small store in Salem, because like
Yeah.
you said, you could use it as a shipping hub, and then like the summer and fall months, you could like open the store, and it would be like, because a lot of them do that down there. Salem's like a ghost town if you go like in the winter. It's like
Yeah.
like they have Count Orlok's Nightmare Gallery down there and all those places, and they close for the winter. And I think they like just reopened, so they open like spring, summer, fall. But I mean, the revenue you can bring in those months is fucking crazy, man.
That would be
The
cool, yeah.
streets are just, you can't even move. It's insane. And then the history is like really cool. You can like base a lot of product off that kind of stuff too. It's
Of
pretty
course.
awesome.
Have you ever been up there?
No, I have not. No, I would love to though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me either.
it's pretty
That's like my
awesome.
wife and I's dream to go up there. We named our daughter Salem, and
Oh,
like
pretty.
we love Maine. We want to go up there. We want to retire up there, and it's just like that's one of those places that like it's on our bucket list. You know, like Kiss. You know, I want to go see Kiss before they quit.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And so, but so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen you. You were speaking about February 14th. A little bit. I think I seen you in a movie, right? Regarding something to do with Valentine's, right?
I'm gonna say, speaking on Valentine's Day, yeah.
Yeah, Valentine Bluffs. Yeah, that was fun. I went to Pennsylvania for that.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know they shot that there.
yeah,
They're,
yeah.
are they were any of them Canadian? Like where was that? Who was the
No.
director?
That's Thomas Smith. No, they live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, cool. Didn't know that. So how did you get hooked up with them?
Well, I had been friends with Thomas and Chuck Ryan, who played the miner. And I've met Chuck, or had already met Chuck at that point. They had messaged me and wanting Nightmare Toys to be a sponsor for it. They had already gotten Fright Rags to be a sponsor. I've worn the t-shirt a few times. And so they wanted Nightmare Toys. They just thought, hey, Fright Rags and Nightmare Toys, why not? Some good sponsors. And of course, they pitched the idea to me and I was like, fuck yeah. I love My Bloody Valentine. There isn't, any of My Bloody Valentine fan film. It's all like Jason or Michael most of the time.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm a person that I like doing something different. And I'm a person that likes doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So I'm like, yes, because this hasn't been done. So I'm in. And then so we were in for being a sponsor, and then like a week later, Thomas and Chuck both came back to me and were like, hey, wait a minute. I think we need Nightmare Kristy in the movie. And it was supposed to be a little bit smaller part, and then it kind of turned into a bigger part. And I was supposed to die in a whole other way. And a pickaxe was supposed to go through me and Corey. Corey is the guy that I'm kind of making out with and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you watched it, right?
Oh yeah, we watched it.
Okay, so a pickaxe was supposed to go through the both of us. But that got changed when we got to the house that we ended up shooting at, which was a different location too. The whole thing kind of got changed. And Thomas kind of wanted a chase scene in there. So that's what, obviously what they did with me up the stairs and all that. The shot of Chuck at the top of the stairs is one of my favorite shots. It's a really cool shot.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
You did a really good job too.
It was great. That was fun. It was an all day, all night thing.
How long were you there just for your part? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
How long did it
all
take?
day, all night. It was, I don't know, maybe about 15 hours.
Oh
It was
wow.
a long day and a long night. I know that.
So did you just like stay a weekend or?
No, literally. So me and Philip, we were going to go to Alabama too because he needed to go check on his other business, and my daughter's there and I wanted to go see her. So, and we had a camper van. So we drove.
Sick.
Oh,
We
That's
drove
awesome.
3 days all the way to Pennsylvania.
Holy shit.
screw that.
And then
I
that's
hate
how
that.
he got into it. So he's sitting at the bar. That's Philip. He's the guy that just does that. That's
Yeah.
Sean.
Okay. Does he do the podcast with you?
He has, yes, a few times. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought so.
he's done it. Yeah. So that guy didn't show up. So, with Philip already being there, they're like, hey, Philip, so that's how Philip got into it. And so yeah, it was just a 3-day thing. And we literally just shot it that day. We stayed the night, shot it that day and night, went to sleep just for a few hours, and then got right back up and drove down to Alabama.
Phew.
So that was a long trip.
Damn, yeah, absolutely.
We're used to traveling. But that was fun. They asked me, he changed it at the very last minute for me to drown, and I'm not big on water. So that was interesting.
How was that?
Had to face the fear.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'm also not a pussy, and I will do it. Whatever I've got to do for the shot, whatever I've got to do,
Hell
I
yeah.
do it. So I did not mind at all, even though I don't like water. But
Was
That's
this your
cool.
first time acting, or how'd this come about too? I want to know this.
actually, yes, it was. It was
Really?
yeah, I've never done anything before that. Yeah,
Were you
no.
nervous at first, or
I was
Oh,
very
I'd be
nervous.
shit bricks.
once you see all the equipment and shit, and then everybody
Yeah,
standing around?
it was really
I don't
cool
know
to
how
see.
big of a of a crew it was, but I'm sure it's a little, a little intimidating.
It was. I mean, they did make Philip stay out in a camper the whole time it was all my stuff. They didn't
Wow.
want anybody extra on set. There was, a good little small crew. There was cameras and lights, and it was the whole 9 yards,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Strictly business.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was.
That's cool. They were
You know,
serious. Serious
remember
about their
that.
art, man. That's cool. I
I
like
Yes.
had
that.
fun doing it.
I remember that being it was like, man, it's like 2 years. It seems like it was like I was waiting for that, like just waiting and waiting
Yeah.
and waiting for that to come out. And then finally this year I seen it, I was like, oh shit, yes. Like I'm so pumped to
Yeah.
see this. Like this is one of those because I'm a huge My Bloody Valentine fan. Like doing a fan film or something like that is insane. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And,
Did you like it? Did you
I
like
did.
it? Yeah.
Definitely. And
Oh,
you know what's
good.
funny? You know what's funny is I just recently watched My Bloody Valentine for the first time. I haven't.
Oh,
Me and Taylor have talked
Right.
about this before. I'm not big. I was never big on like holiday horror movies. I don't
Oh,
know.
see,
I don't know
would've done
why. I just I never got into it. Like I mean more as like a kid and teenager. I just was never into it that much. So like then I started to get into like Krampus came out, and I was like, man, that movie's so cool. And then I was like, there's a lot of movies out there that I haven't seen, and what it has to do with like holidays and stuff. And so like Silent Night, Deadly Night, I just watched for the first time this year.
Oh,
Killer
wow.
movie.
I know, yeah, and I fucking loved that movie. It was unbelievable.
Great.
And then same thing with My Bloody Valentine, the original. I was like, this movie's like shot to the top of my list. I was like, this movie's fucking incredible. And then I watched the remake, and I was kind of like, okay, yeah, it's good, I guess. But the original, I was like, this movie's fantastic. And then I
Yeah.
ended up watching the fan movie, and I was like, yeah, this is great too.
Oh, good.
The minor was awesome because like I
Yeah.
didn't what I didn't like about the remake was like I didn't think they incorporated the minor the way I wanted it to be. I
Oh.
almost didn't think they like did him justice, but the fan movie, I was like, oh, this is great. This is exactly like the
Like
old
the
one.
opening
good.
scene. The opening
Exactly.
scene just like immediately was like, oh fuck yeah,
Like,
I'm
yeah,
into this. Like,
right
this is
back into
great.
it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, they were very excited that they could actually get a real mine.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
So
insane
that was really
too.
cool that they could do that and get that, for
Well,
that.
in Pennsylvania, I don't know if they shot that in Pennsylvania, but that makes sense.
I think they did.
Yeah,
I
that
believe
makes
they
that
did,
makes
yeah.
a lot of sense.
Shit.
Yeah.
I flew into Pennsylvania. I went into Philadelphia, or no, Pittsburgh, and had to drive to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and
Oh,
A lot
didn't
of
mean
Amish
to.
people.
My wife completely messed up on that. We were supposed to fly into Philadelphia, but we didn't. And so driving there, man, it's like crazy just amount of milk signs talking
and
about milk.
just Amish people,
And
dude.
then-
There's so many
Oh.
Amish people.
And then there's tunnels through the hills and stuff. It's crazy.
I love tunnels.
It's a very pretty landscape up there. It wasn't what I was expecting, honestly. But yeah, that mine scene was beautiful. Like that
It's
was
perfect
great.
because that's what
That was
Pennsylvania is. It's like miners and mills and all that. I mean, that's basically what Pennsylvania is. So that totally makes sense. That's really cool that they could get that. How do you know how? Were they just did they add? Was it like an abandoned mine, or was it like something that they were like, oh, we got to get permits to go in here? Or
I think it's an abandoned one. But they asked and they were like, yeah, sure, you can use it. And
That's
like
so
they
cool.
didn't have any problems getting it. So that was cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's very cool. Yeah,
That'd
the
be
ones we
that also be like set you in the mood too when you're filming that kind of that
Yeah.
kind of movie. You're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
this sets the tone immediately. Like we don't even have to do that much work. Like this is perfect.
Makes it real, you know?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I like how they tied in the story and everything. Yeah, I think it did a really great job. I'm really proud of it. That was
Yeah,
fun.
I wonder how they did the sound in the mine because, like, I feel like that'd be a lot of like
Oh yeah.
echoing. I wonder if they did like a lot of that in post and did like overdubs and stuff like that because I feel like that'd be hard to get good quality sound in there. But
That I'm not sure.
cool,
What
cool nonetheless.
Yeah.
It is very cool. What got you into horror? Like, how old were you? What started this?
The age-old question.
Right. I was like 5'6" when the Michael Jackson Thriller video came out.
Ooh.
And it was the Thriller video, watching that for the very first time. That was my first like
that's what got you into horror?
Yes.
Really? That's
Oh,
a
yes.
very interesting. I've never heard that.
That's what everybody tells me. Yes, it is. I remember very distinctly. It's what got me into horror and dancing. I've loved both my entire life and have done both my entire life. And it all became from Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson's Thriller video.
Hell yeah.
Sitting in my mother's lap. I was in my pajamas and we were all as a family, as I'm sure everybody did that night. And we're glued to the TV and watched this new video from Michael Jackson called Thriller. And I remember just being scared to death, but loving it, like excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this feeling? Because I hadn't felt that before. And I was like, what is this? I love this. And then they came out with Making a Thriller on HBO. And my parents had recorded that off of HBO and I watched that religiously. And that just got me so into horror movies because like he would talk about American Werewolf in London.
I was gonna say it was John Landis who directed it, right?
Right. And I remember always wanting to find and watch that movie, but for whatever reason that movie was not in my video store, and I was so mad about that. I didn't get to watch American Werewolf in London.
I remember you saying something on
on
the podcast too about them, like that. I think it was NECA or somebody like that coming out with toys, and they finally come out with American Werewolf in London. You're like, fuck yeah, finally! Like,
yeah, I know, right?
There's not enough credit for this movie, So
Right.
it's cool to get the backstory on it.
That movie's fucking awesome.
And I've had David Naughton do a signing not too long ago too.
Really?
Did it
Holy
in the cafe. Yeah, that was
awesome.
Fun. Yeah, he's fun. He's really funny in real life. David Naughton.
I've never met him.
John Landis, what a crazy director.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about all over the place. American Werewolf in London, Blues Brothers, I think he did. He did Coming to America. He did Trading Place. He's worked with Eddie Murphy like 4 or 5 times. Like
That's
that guy's
funny.
crazy. And then he just made American Werewolf in London too, which is awesome.
A killer
The
fucking
thriller.
movie.
So good, so good.
So please tell me, you said dance. Do you know the dance to
Ooh.
Thriller?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much more if I can do it now, but yes, I did it all the time.
That is so cool. That's one of those dances that I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to learn. And you should see my ass try to do something like that. It doesn't work. My wife looks good
I
trying
found
to do it, but
the intro to this episode, dude. It's you doing the Thriller dance is what's gonna happen.
oh fuck no, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I could do the moonwalk.
You could really do it? Like actually do it?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I was always known like at like junior high dances and stuff for doing the moonwalk. Everybody would always get me to do the moonwalk.
Oh, you were that kid. Yeah, I get you.
was.
Hell yeah.
I was always doing the moonwalk and doing stuff like that. So yeah.
At the good old
funny.
sock hops,
That's
Crazy.
really cool though, because I was trying to be that kid and I wasn't that kid. So I was that other kid that couldn't do that. And
gotta have like loose ankles. You gotta have good ankles.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I got really tight ankles. Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Taylor was in the corner going, man, I wish I was that kid. Fuck.
Damn it. But no, that's funny. That's cool. That's I encourage you to relearn it if you don't
That'd be great.
know it perfectly, and just do it. Do it again for us, okay?
Okay.
Do
I
it for
love
your
it.
fans. We want to see it.
That's
Yes.
true. We do. We want to see that. That'd be a great video. That'd get good traction, I feel like.
Oh,
That
dude.
would, wouldn't it?
It hit so hard.
Especially if
that's-
you could just nail it, you know what I mean? Like
Because
just
nobody's doing
take
it
like
now,
take
you
like
know?
2 months to really practice.
No,
and
everybody's
then,
doing
like,
the
just nail
Wednesday
it.
dance right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
God.
big one. That's
And
the
now
big
Can I
one.
say
know-
that I'm like really over the Wednesday dance? Can I say that?
Yes,
You can.
I was just
Okay.
about to say that. Like it's so like and I was watching the thing about her. She was like, I don't know how to dance. This is not something I know how to do. So she was like, I was just kind of doing my thing, and I'm over it. Like
Well,
it's cute. It was
it's
fun.
great.
Like
It's great in the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that one
I've
scene.
not
You're like,
watched
oh,
the
this
show.
is
Have you watched it?
yeah. It's good.
Oh,
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I hate the Addams Family, so I've just like refused to watch it. And I love Jenna Ortega so much.
Dude, she
So,
does a really good job. She does a really good job. But
I'm a
like then
Monsters fan.
but the reason the dance got so big is because it's paired with like that other song too. It's like TikTok famous. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like the whole TikTok thing.
Oh, dude,
So it's like
TikTok.
a completely different song too. Like it's not the same song in the show. It's like completely
No,
different.
and I didn't realize this until I was driving down the road and heard Lady Gaga singing that, and it's all slow and stuff. Is that the same song, right? Am I right?
It's like that dance, dance, dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that
Uh
until
oh.
I'm breaking it down. I think she just hosted Saturday Night Live like tonight.
I think she did. Yeah, I think so.
I have to check that out.
dude, she's blowing up. It's
She's
crazy.
great. She's great.
crazy what
She
she's doing.
looks 12, but
She does look 12, but
she looks
is
12, but
what she's
great.
doing with her career is just
Yeah, she's
simply
awesome.
insane. She's been in some killer fucking movies.
Yeah.
X was
I
fucking
just watched her
awesome.
stream yesterday.
Yeah, we saw.
How'd you feel about it? We can't give any spoilers, but
Yeah,
how'd
no
you feel about
spoilers.
it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
I liked it for what it is. I mean, it's another Scream movie.
Absolutely. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was brutal, man.
Yeah,
I don't think we've seen Ghostface like that, you know?
Yeah, I like the mask.
Yeah.
I think I like the mask, the aged mask with the ghost face mask a little more than I do the Michael Myers.
Michael, I
Yeah.
agree.
And I don't know if it's because the Michael has been so saturated now and it's been just so much and all over it. I don't know if it's because of that, but it looks cool with the ghost face mask though.
I
Sure.
didn't, I seen that in the trailer that or the I guess it was the picture because I didn't watch the trailer. But I noticed it was weathered almost, so to say. And I'm not a fan of that whole like old, like you're old, like Michael, like the mask is old. Like I don't like that. What my biggest thing was like when Rob's, I'm gonna bring it back.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring it
yeah,
back, John.
here we
Here we go.
Every episode.
Do you prefer
Okay.
Nightmare or is it Kristy? What's your first name?
Christy.
Oh, I thought it was Nightmare.
It's definitely not.
You can call me Nightmare. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No, literally this is I think the 5th episode in a row. Every episode he just can't keep it down.
Dude,
He
I
has to
fucking
bring
love-
up Rob Zombie's Halloween
Love Rob
every
Zombie.
time.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna bring it up again.
But
Rob
that's the
Zombie.
way. That's the way you bring back a mask. It wasn't old. Like
Yeah, it was. What are you talking about?
No. It didn't look old. Like like wrinkles and shit. Like that's
no,
the way.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it was ripped. It was torn.
It was ripped and had this.
It was.
It was literally old.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like that's the way you bring back a mask. Now when Halloween come out, I was like, you little fuckers, you're trying to do what Rob Zombie. You can't do that, So I was kind of upset. I'm not a huge Michael fan. I only like Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's it. I don't like any of the other ones except part 3.
Right.
Part 3 is great.
And I know you're a part 3 fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the background.
I see it. Yeah, I see it back there.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
I wanted at the end. We talked about this on we had that horror couple on.
Oh, I love them.
And we talked about
Yeah, they're fun.
fan
They talked a lot about
theory.
you.
Yeah, they did. We had there was this theory that went around and I loved it. Someone actually put the video together for
It was my
Halloween.
theory.
No, it wasn't. This is a
Yes, it
different
was
one.
my theory.
What are you talking about? Not the
I come-
sludge and shit, not the goo.
No, I'm talking about the other one. The branding on the mask. That was
Oh.
my theory, but somebody else did it before I could get to it.
Right. But I saw the video is what I'm saying. So someone like at the end of Halloween Ends when it shows like his mask on the coffee table, someone like it's like edited in the Shamrock, like
the
piece
little
saying
emblem.
yeah, like it was like a
That's
chip,
not
like it was a chip, and like Michael Myers has been this kind of controlled this whole time, which I thought would have been amazing. Oh my god, if we got like a remake of 3 with that, that whole
Be dope.
continuation would have been cool.
People's been saying that for quite some time, trying to tie in Michael Myers with
Yeah.
part 3. So yeah, why not? I mean,
Part 3 and 6. Have you like heard that theory?
what's going on with part 6?
It's the goo.
Yeah, it's the goo at the
It's
end.
gonna bring up the goo.
So whenever,
Part 6 is like one of my least favorites. So
you gotta watch. You gotta watch part 3 and you gotta watch part 6. Don't watch the rest, okay?
the goo.
To those
What?
two. The
Yeah,
goo.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
he
so
loves
whenever-
the goo. The goo
Whenever
theory.
whenever he's getting his head bashed in, or how's he dying into that? What's going on? I can't remember.
At the end of 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
So all right. So whenever Michael dies at the end of 6, there's this like the goo that looks like it's coming out of the bots, in 3, and
yes.
out of the mask. So like that, that's my theory. But like if you watch and what it's a very, very like half second, 2 second something clip at the end of part 6. But if you watch 3 and you watch 6 and you just see how they kind of coincide almost. It's
Man, I don't even remember 6 that well. I
Dude, you gotta
hardly
watch
watched
six.
that movie.
Six was the
Me
first one I ever
too.
watched. Like
Yes.
it was the first one I ever watched, and I fucking loved it. So like that one,
It's
is
just the whole
only
curse
one that I
thing
really do
that
like.
gets me. Once you start
Yeah.
making it supernatural, like,
Everyone hates 6, and I'm just like, man, that's
I don't
why
hate
I don't
it,
like
but
Michael.
I don't watch it a lot. That's for sure.
1, 2, and H2O is my timeline.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
H2O though. The H2O is good too. I guess I can't say I hate all of them. I just
You
don't
like most
the
of them. You just don't
original-
like the first one. Yeah.
the
that's
original.
like-
It takes 45 minutes to get to the first fucking kill.
I tell you what's garbage though.
Let's hear it.
You won't do it.
That's garbage.
Oh, you hate it.
You hated it.
Did you hate? Did you hate?
I hate the 3 new movies. I
Oh,
can't
you do.
stand
You
them.
hate all of them.
So you didn't like?
It's kind of fun.
At least you hate. At least
That's
you hate.
beautiful.
Ends,
That's huge.
too.
It was this. What? How
That is
tall is
sick.
that? That's a big one.
Is the 12-inch figure from Trick or Treat Studios. We just
That's
got these in
awesome.
at the store, and I brought one home, which is funny because I hate the movie.
Uh-huh.
But I brought one home because I like he kind of does look cool and he has some cool accessories. So I'll put him on my shelf with all the 18 and in stuff. So it's like my Michael Myers shelf that I hate.
So you hate. So
Let
you
me
hate.
ask
So you
you-
hate ends as well, though, right?
Yes, I hate it.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah.
See, I
Dude.
liked Kills and 2018, but
No.
if you hate ends, I'm on board with that.
I can't the whole
No.
thing. I just
It-
can't.
I hated all of them.
And he loves
Except
ends, of course
for
he
ends.
does.
It's just like part 3. It's so different.
He also believes in the
It's
goo
so
theory,
different.
so just,
I
just-
am a I'm a goo theorist.
I liked Corey. I liked Corey. Like if we had just the Corey story and didn't call it a Halloween Ends,
Right.
and Michael
I
Myers,
agree.
then it would have been a cool movie. I liked Corey and I liked his story. I liked the mask. I thought that was kind of different and creepy. Just the little scarecrow vacuum form mask. And just having that be just a slasher movie would have been cool.
Yeah, and they just brought him in a little too late just to bring him in for like the last. I know he was like kind of in one of Kills, right? He was like in it for like a scene or something like
Yeah.
that. But like they brought him in way too late to end an entire franchise that's like iconic, and then you end it with Corey.
As many times that we have talked about fucking Halloween,
I know
like
that's
it
true
makes
too.
me
Every
hate
episode.
them
It's
too.
true.
Like,
We should try not to ever talk about that again.
Okay.
So Nightmare.
Talked about it
I
so
do
many
it.
times.
I do it too, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, every time.
It's like because I enjoyed Halloween. I hated the rest of them, honestly. Like I enjoyed Kills just simply because of the kills. Like I like he was like that pickaxe or whatever, lifting
With
him
the
up. I'm just
fireman.
like,
Then they were
Right.
trying to. Then they were trying to.
That's in this figure too, the pickaxe.
That's cool.
Is it?
Then they were
Yeah.
trying to like cancel him because he was killing firefighters.
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember
It's like,
that.
you can't cancel Michael Myers, dude. It doesn't work like that.
Nah, like he's the shape. You can't do that.
Yeah, no.
So like I wanted to ask you because obviously you own a killer fucking store just with all kinds of crazy cool stuff. What's your go-to collection?
Ooh.
Like what do you collect? I think it's Funko Pops, am I right? Do you collect a shit ton of Funko Pops or
I
is
do.
it
I do. I love Funko Pops just because they're like easy and cheap and fun and small and yeah, I don't know. I have a ton of Funko Pops. They're actually just everywhere in my upstairs.
So
Do you
is that your
guys
go-to? Is that what you
Kinda,
buy?
do you sell them in the
kinda.
store too?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Whenever Funko has something in stock, yeah.
Right.
But these businesses, man, they drive me crazy.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, you got to tell us about that too. Like working
uh,
with people like this. Like, is it? I want to know about that. But let's go on to this.
I like to, my favorite thing to collect obviously is t-shirts. I love my shirts and physical copies of movies. But now
Hell yeah.
if we're gonna talk about toys, then yes, I love Funko Pops a lot.
All right. So what I want to know is that what is your go-to? Like, what do you search whenever you go to Amazon, eBay, your store? Doesn't matter. What do is it the old VHS? Is it the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Funko Pops, mask, NECA figures, whatever, you know?
Blu-rays and t-shirts is usually what I'm buying myself.
Hell
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, that's usually about what I'm buying myself. And like if I'm buying anything for the collection, it's usually at a convention.
Okay.
Nice.
I
Now
like
you
to
guys carry Trick or Treat Studios stuff as well, right?
right. That's what that figure was, Trick or Treat Studios. Yeah.
So I think I vaguely remember watching. I think you like I don't know if you went live. You were at a convention, but it was um Trick or Treat's 2023 line.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
that was
think
the
I
Halloween show here in Vegas.
Yeah. So have you like had to pre-order that stuff? Has it started coming out yet, or it has?
Yeah. Some of that has came out. I've been slowly getting some stuff in.
Sick.
We got. Oh, I don't have it. I don't know where I put it somewhere else. We had just gotten in all of the House of Thousand Corpse figures,
Oh
but
Fuck
God,
we
they're
did
yeah.
so sick.
we pre-sold out of them, but we do have another shipment coming though. And then there's a case that goes with it, like a carrying case. It kind of looks like
Yeah.
the old
It
80s Barbie cases.
it
Oh,
took everything I
sick.
had to not do that. Like
Oh, we
I
were
was so
drooling over the
close.
catalog. I mean,
I
I'm
was
like
so close.
obsessed with the Emotep mask, like from like the Brandon Fraser mummy movies,
Oh yes.
because like I'm obsessed
Yeah,
with
that
those
hasn't came out
movies.
yet.
I
No,
mean,
I
I'm
didn't think so.
freaking out about it though. I know it hasn't come out because I check every damn day. But I love that mask. Like when
Yeah.
he's full on mummy, like it's like the best mask ever. I'm like, I need
Yeah.
that
What
mask
about
immediately.
Psycho Gorman? Is that out anytime soon?
Yes, we just got that in. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
sick.
cool.
Yeah,
Because
we have that in. Yeah. It's
that
really
one's a
cool.
fun one.
Do you
I
guys
love
sell
that.
out like pretty quick with that stuff when it comes in, like on your online store and stuff like that?
We do we usually do like when we were doing pre-orders, we're about to like completely stop pre-orders though. We're not going to do pre-orders anymore. But yeah, we do. And I think cutting out the problem with pre-orders though, now that we have a store that's, busy as then I don't have those products for my in-store customers,
Right.
Yeah.
and then they were asking, it's like, oh, we pre-sold out. And I'm kind of, they get a little upset and, I don't want people to be
Can you
upset.
limit
So
it? Can you like limit so much pre-order and also have some in stock as well, like in stores? Is there a possibility for that?
Well, you can probably only order so many for wholesale,
I
right?
don't know how this works,
right.
Like,
Yeah. It just, yeah, that's tricky. It just depends. Because obviously if you're like selling quickly with pre-orders, you want to go ahead and get that done and over with kind of a
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll work out now. We have kind of a happy medium to where I think it'll work out whenever we just get something in, just put it online and store and go for it. But yeah.
That's cool
you
that you
got
care about like your in-store customers too, because
yeah.
that just shows the fan in you, like the horror nerd in you, I think, where like you hate kids coming in or like anybody coming in and being like, fuck, I really was hoping they'd have something. And
Like
Right.
picking up
just
that
sells out.
VHS and seeing that there's nothing behind it, you know?
Yeah, right in the blockbuster. Absolutely,
It's
dude.
terrible.
That was so terrible. Then you have to go ask the guy behind the counter, did any come through the little fucking slot in the door like
And then
overnight?
they go to the box and they check and they're like, no, I'm sorry. And you're like,
Either
"Ah,
that
just
or
eat
you
this
get
box of
lucky.
candy.
Either that or you get a Good Friday and you get lucky and they're like, we're just rewinding one right now. And you're like, fuck yeah. And then you look in that little glass door behind and there's some fat fuck and he's fucking just rewinding tapes. I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah,
cool
we do
though.
have quite a few products that we only do just sell in store and we won't put on online.
What's that?
Cool.
Like, like stickers, stuff like that. Because the stickers sell really good. People like to come in and just buy stickers. We all love stickers. I buy
Oh,
stickers
yeah.
all the time at conventions.
Hell yeah.
Stickers
My
are just
laptop
something
is-
cheap
I
and
have an
easy.
entire ghost face mask just covered in stickers.
Oh, that's what's okay. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. My wife did it. She took all our stickers, all our like extra stickers, and just made an entire, just covered a ghost face mask in it. It looks fucking awesome.
Nightmare's been sitting here forever, just wondering what that is. The whole time.
It's like, what the hell is that? Yeah. Yeah, it's just covered in stickers. It's pretty cool, man.
I love
Pretty
that.
awesome. They're kind of falling off though. I gotta cover it in
Like
like I
stickers.
gotta cover it in like resin.
It's gonna be hard though. Like I've tried that as well.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
It's very hard.
But she's making new ones now. She's doing like a flannel painted one because we live in Maine, obviously. So she's doing like a lumberjack flannel
Oh,
ghost
cool.
face. But yeah,
Tell-
it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Tell
that
me-
is cool.
Tell me about shipping. Like I heard on the podcast because I like blew through your podcast. I like it. Like I like the podcast. Are you guys still doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
was blowing through it, and I drive a lot for work, so I have a lot of fucking time, and I just sit there and listen to it. And
Thanks.
you guys talk quite a bit about shipping. Like, hey, it's not my fucking like I can't fucking help the shipping price. And, like all this
We're
shit. Like,
pretty truthful and blunt about some
yeah.
Dude, shipping
So,
shipping
do you-
sucks, dude.
Do you
It's
guys
all
get a lot of
calculated.
fucking slack from that?
I'm gonna be honest. The verbal abuse we have encountered from people about pre-orders or shipping is insane.
It's
And
detrimental.
I'm going to say the word verbal abuse.
'Cause
Wow.
it's that bad.
Yes, people are that
People are
bad.
crazy, man.
What was
No
it this way?
patience.
Was it
Well,
this way before you moved?
Yeah, I mean, I've always encountered, stuff. I mean, as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, though, it just gets worse and worse because there's more and more and more people.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And no, it's not everybody, but yeah, there's just some people. I mean, I'll say it. There's some collectors and there's some people out there that they just feel extremely entitled and they want things to go just their way and they don't care. Even if you're trying to help them and say, hey, this is your options, some people just do not care about that.
And are you
they
talking about like
only want it
everything?
their way?
Are you talking about like everything or like as far as shipping goes, like is it like specifically prices that people are pissed about or just the wait time
I
or
think it's the wait time.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's all the above.
because
It's
shipping prices are just there's nothing you can do about it if you want to make
no,
money.
There's
If you want to
nothing.
make money, it's crazy. The way shipping works is insane. Like weight and then size of boxes. Like one of the craziest things you can buy that's like so much money to ship is like a poster. If you ship
Yes.
a poster,
Yes.
it's like the box is like it's the length of the box and they charge so much. Like if you order a poster, you're gonna pay out the ass for shipping.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, anything's it's all People
I
just
I commend you guys for like saying something though. Like, hey, like we can't fucking help it. It's not our fucking like it's not our fault. We can't help what's happening with the shipping or ship
a lot of
The shipping,
lot-
dude.
shipping.
I want that to be a horror movie, dude. The shipping.
Shipping coming soon.
COVID caused a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And then because of those issues, it caused issues with some of these bigger companies, and then they changed things too because of those issues. So now things are just done differently nowadays than they were, say, before COVID with some companies. And it's not a good way with some of these companies. I'm trying to beat around the bush here. But yeah, there's a certain company I'm not happy with.
Oh no. You don't have to say it.
No, you don't have to say it. You can say it off air though.
Oh, I've said it probably a few times on the
you've
podcast.
gone after
my live.
Love it.
Okay.
But yeah. There's just some companies that don't treat small businesses very well whatsoever.
Right. Yeah. And then it makes harder for you guys, and then like prices go up and labor's harder. You know what I mean? It's all that shit. It affects from top to bottom every time.
It does. No, and there's a lot of people that don't understand that. And those are the people that are getting irate and giving the verbal abuse. People that just don't understand it. They don't want to understand it.
The consumer is a
bit of a bitch.
It's tough. It's tough. The consumer is the tough people to deal with.
And then you also get like the people that I'll say, okay, so around Halloween time, you'll get the customers that are not collectors. They're not anything about any of this. They're just trying to get a Halloween mask or a Halloween costume. You know what I'm saying, for their party. Or they're not about horror movies, and they're not about collecting, and they're not about masks.
They don't even understand like the significance.
So there's those people that will buy costumes or masks. And Amazon has made it hard for small businesses, because with Amazon, you can just like get your shit back and get your money back and do all kinds of stuff. Well, small businesses, we can't afford that. You can't do that. And, we've made a policy where, you can't take back masks or costumes or whatever like that ever since COVID had happened. So that's just a policy. But everybody
does.
It's
a good policy to have, though.
But most everybody does do that. But there's a lot of dishonest people out there that will buy that. They will wear it. And then after that, they will say, oh, I didn't get it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
So, what do you do? How do you know?
Or whatever. There's nothing we can do.
That's why you got to have those rules, right? You got to have those rules.
We do, but this is what they do. And PayPal sucks because they will do a dispute on PayPal, even though they have the product. And PayPal, for whatever reason, usually always goes with the customer. They are wrong, and we lose out. Happens all the time. It happens a lot around Halloween time.
Well, it's gonna happen around Halloween. So
someone gets a someone gets a fucking ghost face gown, and they're
is there anything you can do to prepare yourself for that, or is it just like fuck, I'm gonna take this hit?
It's just what happens. It's just one of those things you have to deal with.
It
does suck.
It's fucking business, man. It's just
that's a small business, but it happens all the time.
Just know that I'll never do that to you, okay? And neither will John.
No, I never even would have dreamed to do that to anybody. I just don't. No. But there's people that, man, and it just sucks on PayPal, like with PayPal, because they'll, most of the time.
Do you like taking PayPal and stuff like that? What's your preferred like payment when it comes to stuff like this?
Well, we've switched websites now, so now we have Shopify, so we go through that, but we still do take PayPal and credit card and all that. So
I like PayPal, and not for that reason that you're talking about. I literally deal everything through PayPal. Like that's my thing, And my wife's like, she thinks it's the most confusing thing to ever hit the earth is PayPal to her. Like she has no idea. And I'm just like, how can I know this and you don't? So that's just the only reason why, because I can't figure out Venmo. And
it's the easiest thing of all time.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy.
App. I have Cash App. I use that.
See, I've never even heard of that.
So I use Cash App for my personal stuff, for like OnlyFans stuff, personal stuff like that.
You have an OnlyFans.
Is it more like, do you find it like to be more secure? Is that why, or is it just because of
what I just explained to y'all about what PayPal do? I mean, I could send content to somebody and then they could just dispute it or whatever, and
Yeah.
PayPal will give it back. Or also, PayPal doesn't like those types of transactions if they found out those types of transactions are happening, and then you
They're
will lose your PayPal
stingy.
account.
They're stingy.
So for
Yeah.
me, Cash App is safe.
Yeah.
The
What
crazy
is I don't
thing
know what
is,
Cash App is. What
it's
how
just
It's like the same thing, just a different app or
yeah, and it
company.
just yeah.
oh, and they
Yeah,
just
but you
kind of
can't
don't give a
dispute it
fuck.
though. You can't ask for your money back for Cash App though, like you can for
Oh,
PayPal.
so it's almost dangerous in a way. Like if nope, I'm saying this wrong. You're good. Go ahead.
No, well, for me, PayPal would be dangerous. And I've literally had
Yes.
people yell at me and tell me that I'm unprofessional for not having a PayPal, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm
It's weird.
explaining to you why I have a Cash App.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
People
They're
are
just
weird, man. People are just weird.
content.
So we don't have to get into this if you don't want to, but you just said you have an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you want to promote that on here?
Yeah. It's under Nightmare Kristy. Everything's under Nightmare Kristy. I have OnlyFans and I have a mini vids and I have a loyal fans too. So I do all that as well. And then my Instagram and Twitter for all my personal stuff, and everything's under Nightmare Kristy.
Do you have a Facebook or anything like that?
No, I'm off of Facebook. I did get rid of it.
Hey, let's do it up top. I hate Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook's wild, dude. A lot of weird
Had a
people
lot
on
of
Facebook.
hate, a lot of trolls on there.
Do you ever get any like shit for not that you should, but for like promoting the OnlyFans with your kind of business name and stuff like that, or is you do? That sucks. That's
Do you
stupid.
really?
People give you shit. People
Why?
suck, man.
What do they say?
People
What
are
do
the
they
worst.
say?
People should just fucking mind their own business.
Yeah, we'll
It's
tell them
uh,
here. Fuck them.
yeah.
I've talked about it a little bit on another podcast. It's been pretty kind of disappointing. The past couple years, I have been hated on by a lot of people in the community and other businesses, and some predominant people in the community. I guess they just don't like. I don't know why, because there's so many girls in the community that are doing it, but I
Yeah.
guess people have such a problem with me doing it because I'm the owner of Nightmare Toys and because I'm 44.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but a lot of people have had a problem with me doing that. I've lost I unfortunately I've had friends that turned on me.
Ugh.
I've had people that I actually carried their product in my store turn on me in some very horrible ways because of the OnlyFans. I'm guessing it's all a lot of jealousy or something. I don't know. I really don't know,
Well,
but it's been a lot of
I think it's
crap.
a
Answer-
success story.
I'm
is what
just
it
being
is.
honest.
Yeah.
Answer this.
I'm very honest about
does
it.
it make you happy?
No, I've been pretty depressed about it because
No. I'm talking about what you do with OnlyFans.
Oh
What
yes,
you-
that
what-
makes
does
me
that make
happy.
you?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love doing that.
Then fuck them. Who
I-
cares? Like,
Well, and
Who
it's
I
also
am.
it's also a job too. You know what I mean? It's not
I
just
mean,
that
it
it makes
is.
you happy. It's a source of revenue.
it's
it's
a thing
a-
that brings you relief. Like, it's something that makes yourself feel worthy or yourself feel happy or anything, like that. Who cares? Fuck
It's
them.
fun. I mean,
Like,
for
it's
me,
fucking stupid.
fun.
I hate that.
Before all this, I'll be honest, I've said it before. I was a dancer. I was a topless dancer. I was a stripper for 17 years. So that's the job I had to get away from because I just, I was about to turn 40 and I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So that's what the job was that I had to get away from. And that's why we opened Nightmare Toys for something to do.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So, and therefore the first few years we never talked about about me being a dancer. Philip, he did own strip clubs before. We don't now. We sold all those to move to Vegas. But that was just something we didn't talk about for a few years because we didn't know how people would react to that. But that is who we are. It's who I am. And then eventually, I had so many people ask me to do an OnlyFans, and I was like, you know what? For years now, I've been kind of not being myself because I've been focusing on Nightmare Toys, and I was so focused. And I had gained some weight, and I just wasn't feeling good about myself. And I eventually, lost the weight, but that just came from stress from moving here and everything. But, so many people asked me to do OnlyFans, and I just was like, you know what, I want to do it. Why not? I do not make money from Nightmare Toys. I never have made a penny from Nightmare Toys. All of the money goes right back into the store.
Really?
So I do not make money from that. That is what people think I do, but no, I do not.
Wow.
So it just keeps the business going.
It just keeps the business going. Philip has his own thing. We're not married, but Philip does have his own thing to where he has his own money. So for a while, with me not doing the dancing, I didn't have my own money coming in, and I figured OnlyFans would be a good way to just kind of go back to kind of doing what I do know, but not doing that in a club. And then, just in making money, I mean, I have to make money too. I have to eat
Right.
and do this
Is
and do that.
Philip
Absolutely.
okay with all this though? Like,
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, of
but
course.
that's all that matters. I mean,
Well,
you
it's a
guys do
job
you.
too. It's
Yeah.
a legitimate job, and I
It
think
is a
people,
legitimate job.
I think people think it's. I think the problem, first of all, two things. I think people don't think it's a legitimate job, which you're always going to have those types of people anyway.
Yeah.
And then I think the second part is that it's more of a success thing. I think people look at the Nightmare Toys thing, and they think you should have a certain image,
Right.
right? And then so they turn over and they see this other side of you, and they get kind of like, like, oh, now we have we think we have a reason that we can like try to take her down, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I think
It happened.
it sounds dramatic, but like it's true, you know what I mean? Like it's people are like that. It could
Yeah.
be it could be a small amount of success, and it could be a large amount of success. And
Yeah.
and people you don't be successful at something and then not have people that you don't have, you have haters.
Yeah, you
Always.
gotta
If
be
you're a success at
passionate
something,
about it.
that's how it's going to happen. So I think it's for you. You should always look at it like, hey, if people are hating, that means I'm doing something right, at least. You know what I mean? I think that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I'm
Well,
sure it's tough, but
I can honestly tell you this, I would say probably about 85% of the people that have hated on me the past few years have all been on my OnlyFans.
yeah,
Really?
And then they'll get off and
right.
OnlyFans, and then when they figure out they're not going to get whatever it is or whatever,
Yeah.
then it's fuck Kristy, fuck her, fuck Nightmare Toys, fuck them,
Right.
fuck then
Yeah.
it's that I've encountered that a lot. And it's just
As far as like
I'm
turning
not
things
trying to be
down,
mean, but it's a lot of butt hurt, man.
are you talking
Oh,
are you
yeah.
talking about as far as like turning things down
Yeah.
from OnlyFans? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just
and,
hate.
and some of these people, like I said, were my friends. To be
Really?
yes.
Was that
And then there
awkward?
were some people that were my friends, and I did not know they were even on my OnlyFans, and then
Man, that's weird.
tried to use my OnlyFans against me in a most disgusting way.
That's cool that you own it
Hurt
though.
me,
Shit.
and I'm not
Fuck it.
sure why. And this person, I carried their product in my store as well. I won't ever say who it is and what his little business is, but whenever I am done with Nightmare Toys, I might out this person.
Hey,
Fuck
you know
yeah.
what? I don't believe you.
This particular person really, really, really hurt me. And
At least for now, you're taking the high road, and that person probably sucks, man. I mean, they're probably miserable.
I don't even understand. A lot of it I just don't get. I don't
Well,
understand.
I like that you took the high road. I'm a big high road guy, so
Yeah,
Taylor knows I'm a high road guy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could out a lot of people. I could out a lot of stuff, but I
Yeah.
won't. I won't. But
Yeah, it's 'cause
but
you're a
I
good
have
person.
been hated on. I've been hated on by businesses too that are like mine.
You'll get your
Like,
chance.
but whatever.
You'll get your chance. Don't worry, it'll come.
I think
Well,
with the success of
it's
the
a
store
thing.
and me already having a restaurant, I think I've gotten
Hell
there.
yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good way to
it's
look at
thing.
it.
And my OnlyFans does really well too. I'm really happy with that. So
Fuck
whatever.
yeah. See, you got the
You
last
know-
laugh anyway.
It's all about like, and that's one thing that like I don't get with people. Like, you can't you can't hate on somebody for something that this, whether they make money from it or not. Like if they enjoy doing it, that's the biggest
Right.
thing, you know.
That's all that
Like,
matters.
if you
I think
enjoy
some people
doing
thought
something,
that I was trying to like one up like on Nightmare Toys, but I will be honest, and I've said this thousands of times, that was not my thought process at all.
Right.
Now, of course, I'm sure, yeah, probably I did get some sales, but I've gotten some hate from it too, vice versa.
Right.
But that was not my thought process. My only thought process, and I can't tell everybody this, not everybody's going to listen to me, but my only thought process was I have to make money, you
Yeah.
know?
Hell
So
yeah.
this
Trying to
is
survive.
how I make money and how I eat and put gas in my car and pay my car payment.
and you
how
said
I
you were
do it.
you were an
I
answer
do
before,
not
so
make money from Nightmare Toys. I do not make money from the restaurant. We do not make money from that. It all
this
goes into
this
the
should be
It's
our
so-
opening right here. Like,
I
hey,
Yeah,
do
that was
it.
hardcore.
I do it because I love it. And I do it because I like making other people happy with the things that I love because y'all love it too. That's why
Exactly.
I do it. I'm
Yeah.
not making money from it. So that's why I do OnlyFans. And I can only explain that so much to people.
well, that and
Right.
for me, this is not that's not something I do. I don't look at anything like that, but it does not bother me what if a guy does it, if a girl does it, if whatever does it. Like, this is it's a thing that if it makes somebody happy, or if it makes them money and it helps them get through life, then fuck it, do it. Like, I don't understand why people fucking have to bash on people for something like this right here. It's fucking
But
ridiculous.
Weird.
here's my one question though. Like, I mean, y'all seem extremely cool with it. So, I mean, we all like horror movies, and they're like tits and ass
Oh, the
and
tits,
sex,
yeah,
all
it's
that
fucking
horror
yeah.
movies. So why are
Absolutely.
people that like horror movies like really hating on girls
I mean, it
or,
kind of goes
or
hand in hand,
guys
right?
that are doing it? It's
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
weird.
Goes hand in hand.
what?
It's odd. It's odd, dude. It's really
I
odd.
think it is. It's really odd. It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
It's an
like,
odd thing. You should be
Yeah,
able to do
no.
what you want, and I mean, who gives a shit? It's not like you're hurting anybody. If anything,
no,
they're the ones hurting people. It's crazy.
exactly. They're the ones being miserable and trolling people and
They'll
saying
they'll
hate
they'll
things.
they'll find that out though. It's only a matter of time where they, that shit comes back around.
It does.
Oh yeah, it does.
It
You
does.
know,
I'm calling this the OnlyFans episode, dude.
there you go.
I think
You
we've
heard it here
talked.
first.
I think we've talked more about this than anything else. I love it.
Well, it's a touchy subject for everybody, And
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I don't even know what it looks like. I don't know
Yeah,
how to get
I've
in.
never actually been
Yeah.
on OnlyFans
So,
before.
like,
I have no idea.
Girls and guys in the community that do it. I mean,
Oh, I
sure.
didn't know dudes did it as well. But like, look,
Oh, yeah.
Sure they
who
do. And I think
cares?
there's people that don't even like. I mean, I think the content varies, right? It's like
oh yeah,
it might
yeah.
not necessarily be. I'm sure
Adult
there's like some hardcore shit, and then there's some like not that hardcore shit.
Yep.
I've
And
told
they
my
have rules
wife
and things too.
Yeah.
they do. They have rules.
Yeah. The rules are kind of funny because like being a horror person, you can't do anything with blood. No
Can
blood.
you wear a mask? Is that like they're
You can wear a mask, but you can no weapons. So I used to
Oh.
have pictures like with Freddy gloves or Michael Myers knife. They took all that down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can't do anything blood. You can't even say blood. You can't type out blood. You can't nothing.
Really?
Blood. Like, they
So
don't.
you legitimately can't have like almost a horror page, can you?
You can't what now?
Only to
can't
a certain
have-
extent.
Yeah, you can't like have a true horror page like what you would on Instagram almost.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just can't have weapons or blood in the pictures. I mean, you
That's
can
kind of
call.
like Instagram too, though, right? I mean,
No,
if you have
you-
some blood, someone might flag you anyway. Like a bunch
Right.
of
I
there's
got
just
flagged over a
dipshits
fucking
out there,
picture. It
dude. They're
pissed
just
me off.
there's
It's
just
weird.
fucking dipshits out there, is what it
I don't
is.
get it.
They suck.
Yeah.
People just fucking suck, is what it is.
Yes.
My main accent's starting to fucking come out. I'm sorry.
Hey,
'Cause I've been
We're
having a
starting to
few drinks.
get a little buzzed.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Nightmare.
Yes.
I love that he's still calling you that. That's great.
I like that. Why not?
Hey,
I'm not
Nightmare.
gonna lie, this happens every fucking time. I've got to go pee. So
Wait, what do you think? Well, I mean, we're an hour and a half in. We're probably good. Unless we
Yeah.
got anything else we want to talk about. But
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to say? What you're doing right now is you're helping us, whether you think you're not or you are or not.
I
Like
agree.
you're helping us, and we want to also do the same for the viewers that I'm sure everyone fucking knows you. That's a great feeling. But like we want to do the same for people who, could be watching that don't know you. So is there anything else you want to promote about yourself or about your business, the cafe, um, Valentine Bluffs,
Yeah.
OnlyFans, anything you want to talk about? What do you want? You
Yeah.
want to say anything else?
Well, I can now really start talking about the next movie that I'm in that'll be
Ooh.
coming out later this year.
Oh shit! I've got to go pee because we can't stop now. We can't stop now.
There's another movie,
Really?
written and directed by Tom Devlin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Can we have a name or anything? Do we
Yeah,
have a
it's gonna be called Nameless.
Okay, well that
Weird.
gave me nothing. I literally wanted to know what it was.
It's called Nameless. So the villain, his name is Nameless, actually. The guy, his real name's Steve. He's a really big guy. It's his kind of character that he's kind of cosplayed himself, that he's kind of came up with himself over the past few years. And we're all friends with Tom and Drew Marvick. We're all friends here in Vegas.
Yeah.
And Tom has his monster museum here in Vegas. I highly recommend that.
Oh,
as
is he
well.
like a prosthetics guy and shit? Like,
Yeah, special effects.
yeah,
He's
gotcha.
done a lot of
Okay.
stuff with Full Moon.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom's awesome.
Tom
Okay. Devlin.
Tom Devlin.
Devlin. Okay.
He's like a
Yeah.
prosthetics artist. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And then so he's written and directed a couple of his own movies recently, and Nameless is one of those movies.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So it's kind of, we shot it here in Vegas, so it's kind of Hills Have Eyes-ish.
Ooh.
But it's one guy though, but it just has that feel because of the, it's desert.
Surrounding.
Right. The
and
setting.
kind of the town that dreaded sundown.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
Loves that
Texarkana.
movie.
Hell yeah.
Tom loves that movie. So he's kind of getting
So good.
that type of feel. So it has that type of feel of those movies a little bit.
Does
Hell
a
yeah,
does
that
a
sounds
killer?
awesome.
Is there a killer or is it like?
Yes, it's
multiple-
Nameless. His name's Nameless.
Okay, so it's a slasher.
Yes.
No, dude, it's a comedy. It's a romantic comedy.
Okay,
and,
shut up, fucker. I'm
of course,
trying to
there's
grasp,
a killer, dude.
Grasp things for my head, okay?
Of course, there's a killer, man.
Well, I didn't know if there was multiple killers, like she mentioned. Fucking
No, it's just-
Hills Have Eyes.
She
So
said
like,
one.
Well,
She
I
said
mentioned
one,
Hills Have
bro.
Eyes because it's in the desert and it just has that feel of
Okay.
the atmosphere in the background.
does
But
he
it's
wear a
one
bag
guy.
on his head?
She can't say that. She doesn't know yet.
Kind of, but you'll see.
Oh,
The
dude,
trailer
it's
will be
too much
coming
away.
out soon. The trailer's coming out soon. He actually just sent it to us a few days ago to all of us, and
Oh,
we
nice.
it's really
Oh,
awesome.
So it's wraps, like
It's
almost.
a lot
right?
of blood. This has a lot of blood.
Fuck yeah.
All right,
Sounds awesome.
will you
We'll promote it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to let people know about this, and also I want to watch it. So, just send me what you have on it. I'm down.
Once I have everything, I will. I don't have anything yet.
yeah.
He doesn't want us
No. Yeah, I get that.
about
No,
it
whenever
or-
anything comes out, I'm sure we'll see it on your page anyway. We'll
Yeah.
promote it on our page and get it
Yeah.
going. Love it.
Yeah. You'll see. So I did my stuff in Valentine Bluff. So this one you'll see a little more of me. Actually, we I have a stripping scene.
Oh no.
Oh
Uh,
no, no,
yeah,
OnlyFans.
see the
thing.
top-
Going back to the roots.
Yes, you'll get to see the tatas in this one. We filmed both ways, a PG-13 with the bra on, and then an R with the bra off. So
So is he? So is
that
he
was an
selling?
interesting day.
I
All the
bet.
guys all came from the house that we were at, and everybody was chilling. But then once my scene came up, it was like everybody was like, Oh.
Yeah. Some guy comes out of nowhere. He's like, dude, I'm holding that light. Dude, hold on.
Everybody was so funny and so cute about it. They're like, I don't care. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. It was funny to me.
Awesome.
And the dude's mom is in it, and she's in a part of that scene. She's playing like the deputy or whatever that comes and tells us we shouldn't be out there or whatever. And so when she comes up and she's like, oh my God, are you gonna have your boobies exposed? His mom, it was the cutest thing. I'm like,
yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah.
You'll see.
It's cool, man. I'm glad
awesome.
you're in another project. That's awesome.
It's that's good. That's good for you because like this is something that like that's awesome. Like that's a good accomplishment to have.
Yeah,
and I'm proud of you. You know, that's a fun
and it's a second acting job. You never know.
Yeah,
That third one
fun.
comes along. It's a little bit bigger.
Party Massacre Part 2.
Fuck
Will
yes.
be my third one.
No way, you're in it.
No fucking way. Hell yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting a kill scene.
We gotta get you and Drew back on here. We gotta fucking talk about that shit.
Yeah. What a dick for not telling us.
All right, I gotta
up.
fucking piss, guys. Goddamn.
All right, well let's end this. We're good.
Yeah.
She plugged the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
You know what? It was a pleasure meeting you, honestly.
Absolutely. It was a great talk.
You too. Thank you so much.
I feel like I learned so much. I feel like we had like a business seminar. There was like the whole OnlyFans thing, which me and Taylor really know nothing about.
There was like a little therapy session.
Yeah, there was some.
We're getting into our fills, you know.
Yeah. It was good. And we talked a little bit of horror too, which is nice.
Yes.
This was a great episode, Kristy. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Nightmare.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, guys.